Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we cover every single detail MONSTIEZ need to know about BABYMONSTER, and trust me, this one is too funny and too suspicious to skip. BABYMONSTER just dropped, I like it. And while everyone is busy screaming about the concept switch from a surprise snow fight straight into a dreamy summer yacht scene, there's something else happening in the background of this MV that MONSTIEZ cannot stop talking about, and it involves ice cream. Yes, ice cream. Two members. Two completely different ice cream fates. And once you notice it, you will not be able to unsee it for the rest of your life. Let's start with Chiquita, because her scene is honestly one of the funniest things in the entire MV. The moment the camera lands on her, she is not posing, she is not doing a cute idle stare into the lens. She is fully locked in on that ice cream cone like it personally wronged her in a past life. Fans in the comments have been joking that Chiquita looks like she genuinely could not wait one more second for the shot to be over, so she could actually eat it. There's a rawness to it that feels less like acting and more like real hunger meeting real ice cream on a hot shooting day, and MONSTIEZ are living for it. It's the kind of unscripted, chaotic energy that Chiquita has become known for across every single era, that mix of intense focus and complete goofiness that makes her scenes feel less like a polished music video and more like watching your funniest friend try to survive a photo shoot without laughing or melting. If this sounds familiar, it's because it's not the first time Chiquita's off-camera personality has leaked straight into an official release. From her platform sandals moment during the CHOM World Tour to the way she treats every stage like her own personal playground, Chiquita has built a reputation for being the member who simply cannot fake it for the camera. Whatever she's feeling in that moment, whether it's excitement, impatience, or in this case, pure ice cream desperation, it shows up on screen exactly as it is. No filter, no performance. That's exactly what's happening in I Like It. You're not watching an idol perform the idea of enjoying ice cream. You're watching someone who very clearly wants that ice cream immediately and is only tolerating the camera because she has to. Now here's where it gets interesting, because right next to that chaos, we have Ahyeon, and Ahyeon's ice cream situation is a full mystery. In scene after scene, cut after cut, fans have noticed that Ahyeon's cone is already almost gone. Not halfway gone. Not just started. Practically finished, melting, barely holding on. One comment under a fan edit summed it up perfectly, joking that the cameraman must have been 2 seconds too slow because by the time the shot rolled, Ahyeon's ice cream had already vanished. And once you start looking for it, it shows up again and again throughout the I Like It visuals, to the point where MONSTIEZ have turned it into an ongoing joke, wondering what exactly happened between takes that left Ahyeon's cone in a state of near disappearance every single time the camera cuts back to her. Think about it for a second. How many takes does it usually take to film one small MV scene? Multiple angles, multiple retakes, lighting adjustments, choreography resets. Now imagine holding a real ice cream cone through all of that under real sunlight, on a real boat, in real summer heat. By the time the final cut gets used, it makes complete sense that the ice cream wouldn't look anything like it did in take one. But knowing the logical explanation doesn't make it any less funny watching Ahyeon calmly holding what is basically just a cone and a memory at this point, while acting like everything is completely normal. So now you've got two completely different ice cream stories happening in the same MV. Chiquita, desperately holding on, waiting for her moment to finally take a bite. Ahyeon, somehow already finishing hers before the camera even catches up. It's become this funny little parallel that fans have picked up on, not because YG planted some deep hidden storyline, but because these are the kind of real, human, slightly chaotic moments that happen when you're filming a summer concept in actual heat, holding actual melting ice cream, for hours on end. It's a small detail, but it says a lot about why BABYMONSTER's content connects the way it does. Even in a polished comeback MV with a full production budget, their personalities still leak through every single frame, and MONSTIEZ notice absolutely everything. But honestly, the ice cream detail is just one piece of what makes I Like It feel like the most joyful, carefree comeback BABYMONSTER has given us yet. This entire MV plays out like a highlight reel of the best vacation you've ever been on. It opens with that surprise snow fight, All white confetti and squealing laughter, the kind of chaotic fun where nobody's thinking about camera angles. They're just genuinely having a moment together. Hair flying, hands thrown up mid-laugh. Then the whole mood shifts into golden, sun-drenched scenes on a yacht, wind in their hair, arms thrown up in the air, running around in flowy summer outfits like they just got released from a whole comeback promotion schedule and are finally allowed to just be kids again. That contrast between the snow chaos and the summer freedom is what's giving this MV its addictive rewatch value, because it doesn't feel like one static concept. It feels like a whole day of memories stitched together into 3.5 minutes. And that's really the magic of I Like It. It's not trying to be a dark, intense concept like some of their earlier eras, and it's not chasing the same high-fashion, powerhouse energy that defined releases like CHOM. Instead, it's pure, uncomplicated happiness. The kind of MV where every member looks like they're genuinely enjoying themselves rather than performing enjoyment. You can see it in the way they're laughing between choreography cuts, the way they're splashing each other near the water, the way the camera catches those in between moments that feel more candid than staged, almost like behind-the-scenes footage that accidentally made it into the final cut. It's giving summer vacation with your best friends, the group chat trip you plan for months, and then look back on for years afterward. And when you add in small chaotic details like Chiquita's ice cream desperation and Ahyeon's mysteriously vanishing cone, it just adds another layer of realness to a video that already feels less like a corporate comeback and more like watching 7 friends have the best day of their lives. What makes this even more entertaining is how quickly MONSTIEZ turned it into a full-blown fandom moment. Within hours of the MV dropping, fan edits started comparing side-by-side screenshots of Ahyeon's ice cream at different timestamps, tracking exactly how much of it disappeared between cuts like it was a genuine investigation. Comment sections turned into casual detective work, with fans jokingly demanding an explanation, tagging each other to point out the difference, and turning a tiny background detail into one of the most talked about parts of the entire release. Meanwhile, Chiquita's clip kept getting recreated in duet and reaction videos, with fans mimicking her exact expression of barely contained desperation. It's the kind of organic, funny engagement that no amount of paid promotion could manufacture, and it's a big part of why BABYMONSTER content performs the way it does. The group doesn't need an overly complicated storyline to keep fans hooked. Sometimes all it takes is one member's real reaction to a melting dessert. It's also worth pointing out how well this small detail fits into the bigger picture of what BABYMONSTER has built with their fandom over the past year. This isn't a group that relies purely on polished visuals and perfect choreography to keep people engaged, even though they clearly have both in abundance. What keeps MONSTIEZ coming back again and again is exactly this kind of thing, the human, unscripted moments that slip through the cracks of an otherwise carefully produced comeback. It's the same reason fans still talk about Ahyeon's daily life clips or Chiquita's offstage habits, because those tiny glimpses of personality feel more valuable than another perfectly choreographed dance break. An ice cream cone shouldn't be one of the most discussed parts of a comeback MV, and yet here we are, because BABYMONSTER has trained their fandom to look closely, to notice everything, and to turn even the smallest details into something worth talking about. There's also something charming about how different this feels from the group's more intense eras. Fans who have followed BABYMONSTER since their earlier releases know that a lot of their content has leaned into powerful, almost fierce imagery, showcasing their vocal power and stage presence above everything else. I Like It strips all of that away and just lets them exist as 7 young women enjoying a summer day, ice cream and all. That shift matters, because it shows a side of the group that doesn't always get highlighted in the middle of world tour rehearsals and packed comeback schedules. Watching Chiquita practically vibrate with impatience over a dessert, or watching Ahyeon casually holding an already finished cone like nothing happened, humanizes them in a way that a flawless choreography shot never could. And if we're being honest, this is exactly the kind of content that keeps this fandom endlessly entertaining to be a part of. Every comeback comes with the obvious things to talk about: the outfits, the choreography, the vocals, the visuals. But it's these unexpected little threads, the ones nobody planned or scripted, that end up defining how a release is remembered days and weeks later. Ask any MONSTIEZ what they remember most about I Like It a month from now, And there's a real chance the answer isn't just the yacht scene or the snow fight intro. It's Chiquita's ice cream face and the ongoing joke about wherever Ahyeon's cone disappeared to. If you've watched the MV already, go back and specifically track Ahyeon's ice cream across every single scene she's in, because once you notice how consistently it's already disappeared, you genuinely cannot unsee it, and I promise it'll make your next rewatch 10 times funnier than the first time you watched it. Pay close attention to Chiquita too, because her expression changes ever so slightly from shot to shot, and once you know what to look for, it almost feels like watching a tiny silent countdown to the moment she finally gets to take a bite once the cameras stop rolling. At the end of the day, this is exactly why MONSTIEZ can't just watch a BABYMONSTER MV once and move on. There's always something new hiding in the background, some tiny chaotic moment that turns into an inside joke for the entire fandom within hours. I Like It gave us a gorgeous summer concept, an incredible energy shift from snow to sun, choreography that still hits despite the relaxed vibe, and somehow also gave us an unsolved ice cream mystery that nobody asked for, but everybody needed. That's the BABYMONSTER effect. Even the smallest, silliest detail becomes something the whole fandom obsesses over for days. So let us know in the comments, do you think Chiquita finally got to eat that ice cream after the cut? And what do you think really happened to Ahyeon's cone between takes? Drop your theories below, and if you enjoyed breaking down this detail with us, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the next deep dive into everything BABYMONSTER. Ahyeon.